everybody, thanks for clicking on the video. I was listening to some music, it was really good, and I just really wanted to talk about it, why I like some of it so much. It's some video game OSTs from more recently. You've probably heard some of them if you play a lot of games, but maybe you haven't. Or if you did hear them, you didn't like listen to them specifically. You like heard them while you were playing, that you didn't really like spend time to listen to them, right? But I think that video game OSTs add a lot to the game. I think they're a core part of what makes the game so good. Is the music really sets the tone for the game. And so I just want to show you a few of my favorites from recently, and we listen to them and talk about them because that's just what I want to do. So, oh, one last thing before we start, just a little disclaimer. I do not claim to know anything professionally about music, and I think that actually adds to my review, because the thing is, I am just like the other 99.9% of the people that are going to listen to these songs. I'm just an average guy. I didn't go to college for this. Not that I think that would have helped anyways. It's probably better if I just studied it myself, but whatever. It's not like I'm classically trained. I don't think I have a particularly good ear, and people have like ears that can pick out like a lot of different things in music. I don't think I have a particularly insane, ability to do that. I'm probably about average when it comes to listening to music, but I just like to think about it. I'm definitely someone who's very thoughtful about this kind of stuff. So that's why I wanted to talk about it. Not because I have some take you're not going to find anywhere else, not because I'm super intelligent about it, but I'm just someone who wants to engage with it. That's all. And so if you want to also engage with it, I think that, we can engage with it together. And that's the point. So anyways, moving on. Okay, yeah, so that's from Expedition 33, obviously. It's Flying Waters. It's I played the game, but I'm trying to be make sure I'm completely accurate here. I'm 90% certain that that's what plays when you're in the underwater area. You're not really underwater, which is cool. It's like everything's floating, but there's not actually any water. It's a really cool area actually. But the reason I like this song in particular so much, because Expedition 33 is full of good music. Like, don't get me wrong. The reason that I like this one in particular so much is because if you've played Expedition 33, you'd know that most of the music in the game is classical music. It's very instrumental heavy, and this song is too. But this song does a great bait and switch. You can see by the most played here, it tricks you into thinking it's another classical song like the rest of the soundtrack is, but then it goes right into like it does that for a while, right? And then it goes back into like I really like this. Right now, Expedition 33 is in like, everyone's hating on it because it won all those game awards. It's sweeped. E33 sweep, so everyone's hating on it. I get it, guys. No gun or ball equals the game is bad. At least if you're gonna hate on the game, we can just enjoy the music together, okay? Completely separate from the game awards, and all that stuff. Saying the game is bad, people saying it has acid flips, saying there's like the AI controversy right now, dude. All that's nonsense, okay? It's a good game with good music, and if it's not for you, that's fine, man. That's fine. And besides, if you care about the Game Awards, I think you're probably caring about the wrong thing. The Game Awards, you shouldn't take these awards seriously. They're just like good for like game trailers, okay? I mean, that's my advice at least. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so the next song we got is Ride to Hell from Look Outside. So most of you might not have heard of this game, but it is a fantastic horror game that I've played. I still think it's pretty, maybe people know about it. I don't think it's that popular. I only know about it because I watch a streamer who loves the game, and so he like put me on, Shout out Drew Toot. Besides that, I would have never heard about it. I don't typically play horror games anyways, but I'm glad I played this one. This one was great. And what's really notable about Look Outside is the fact that, when you think of horror games, you think of like violins, you think of like tension, you think of like slow but heavy soundtracks. At least that's what I think of. But Look Outside is completely different, and I think you'll see what I mean by that when you listen to this song. While you're listening to this with me, just think to yourself, how the hell does this fit into a horror game? Obviously, this song is very, it sounds like someone shredding like the electric synths. Like normally you shredded like a guitar, right? And you're like, going crazy in the guitar, but this one sounds like someone shredding, the synths. I love that about it. I would tell you where this song is from, like where it's being played in the game, but I think that if you have not played the game yourself, seen this song organically throughout the game, that it would be a massive disservice for me to spoil that. So I suggest that if you have not played this game and you've never heard the soundtrack, to just go play the game. And I'll also tell you, as a disclaimer, if you have not played the game, that some of the best songs in this game are hidden in like secret boss fights. So you're gonna have to try really hard to find some of the best music, which makes it actually more fun in my opinion. Like this song is from like an optional kind of hidden boss. I mean, he's not that hidden. It's compared to some of the other bosses and some of the other songs, but yeah, this is one of my favorites for sure. This game's great as well. I recommend it. I don't think enough people are talking about this game or the soundtrack. It's just it's definitely great. It's one of my favorites. Moving on. Okay, and for our last song, we got a track called "Why" from the Lies of P soundtrack. And Lies of P is one of my favorite games I've ever played, easily. There's a talk. There's a discussion to be had about it being maybe one of the best Souls games, if not the best Souls like. I'm not even kidding. I think it's better than the FromSoft games. Hot take, I know, but I mean, it's crazy good. And regardless if you agree with that or not, if you haven't listened to the soundtrack, you are very much missing out. A lot of people praise the FromSoft soundtracks, and they're very good. But Lies of P is good in a different way. It has its own distinct, feel to the soundtrack that's a lot different. And I think you'll see what I mean when you listen to it, that it just sounds different than the average Souls game. And it's really good. So let's just take a listen to it. This is one of my favorites from the soundtrack. Yeah, this one's great. This is one of the discs you can find in Liza P. You can collect music discs in Liza P, and they just, you can play them in like the little central bonfire area. And there's a lot of them. They're all really good, to be honest. But I like this one in particular a lot because some of the Liza P disc tracks you can find, or disc tracks, soundtracks, music discs. They have vocals, but this one doesn't have vocals, but it manages to convey so much even without vocals. I think the song has like a sense of like sadness to it, even like a sense of the song's called Why, so it's like a sense of questioning, obviously. This feeling of not knowing what to do, but like it's in such a grand way. It's like it's like you don't know what to do on like a larger scale, I guess, is the way it's what it seems like to me, right? I just think it's really well done. I think all the Liza P music discs are extremely good, and just music in general in the game and the boss fights is really good. I think that's it for the video. These are just the songs that I've listened to recently. I only played Liza P for the first time this year, not on release date, so that's why this is like coming up to me now. Feel free, and I implore you actually to leave some of your favorite video game OSTs in the comments. I will 100% listen to them. I think it's really fun to listen to these songs. I think it's even more fun to listen to them if you know the context of the game. So if you drop recommendations in the comments, I'll try to choose ones from games that I've played, and then if there's games I haven't played, I might consider playing them so I get a better understanding of the music, right? Because I think that just adds to it. Yeah, I want to talk about this stuff, but I have a lot of fun with it. And I hope you guys had fun, hanging out with me talking about this too. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it in the comments as well, just about these songs. Do you think they're as good as I thought they were? Maybe you don't. Maybe you think they're kind of lame. And last thing about music, it's subjective. Yeah, that's about all I got.